Now we will move further. So below this curly braces we will say else curly braces, take this down, and here we will say return, right in the center child. We will show text widget in which we will say there is no tasks or jobs. Since it's a job screen, so we will say jobs, and add the const modifier only if there will be no job it will run this else, okay, or otherwise it will run that, as you guys can see right in here. Okay, now right after, in here semicolon, and here we will return center widget, take this down, child text widget, and right in there we will say something went wrong if there will be any kind of error. We do some style for that. We will say text style, there we go. So text style as usual, and right in there font weight gonna be dot bold, and also we will set the font size to 30 or fine. Add the const modifier to that. So we are done with the query. Okay, and I hope you can get the idea. I have already explained this in detail. Okay, so now we will just test the app. So come right here and click on this run mando dot, just hot reload the app because we made a major change. There we go. For now there is no job. It didn't show the job that we just uploaded before right in here. Let me just check the run right in here. What is the problem? So they say the query requires an index. You can create it right in here. So simply what we will do, we will copy that URL from here, copy it. Okay, just make sure you guys copy it right, copy it and open your browser. Right in here, as you guys can see, there is the Firebase that I open. With this, open the new tab. It must be like that. Okay, in here paste it and just press the enter, and it will create an index for us. As you guys can see right in here, it's working on that index. Create an index, and as you guys can see the status is building. So wait for a while, it is gonna implement that. As you guys can see, the status is now enabled, so the index has been created. Let us go back to the Android Studio. Let me take this down. Now just hold to reload the app again. And also we are getting that error. Let me just check that first. So they say in here type bool is not a subtype of a type string. I think we made a mistake right in the job widget, I think in the design, because this requirement will be equal to false or true. So that's not going to be the string, then it's going to be the bool. Okay, so remove the string and write bool in here. That's fine. We are back in here. Now simply hold to load the app from the start and the error will be gone and it will work just fine. There we go with the job, and you can see the design right in here. We code IT business manager, needed a manager for the IT business, but right in here it didn't show the name and the profile picture, user image. And if you go back to the job widget.dot, the design right in here, it simply show us just a description and also just the title. There we go. Okay, title and description. And right in here, if you guys notice, it didn't show the user image right in here and also the name. So the reason for that, if we go to the services folder, open that, right in here open that global variables dot in here, as you guys can see, the name, user image and the location also is totally empty. Okay, and if you press the control and left click on the mouse, it will take you right to the upload job.dot, as you guys can see right in here. So we upload that data right to the Firebase, and in here, as you guys know already, that name, it is totally empty as I showed you before, and also the user image and the location. So that's why the name and the user image right in here, it didn't show us because it's totally empty. First, now let me close that, and I will also show that right in the Firebase. So open the browser. So here we are right in the Firebase, and I'm right in the database Firestore, as you guys can see. So right in the collection of jobs, we have already uploaded that one job right in here, as you guys can see all the fields right in here. And if you guys notice the name in here, the user image and also the location, it's totally empty, and that's the reason, that's why it didn't show the name and also the user image right on the job screen. Let's go back to the Android Studio, and right in here, as you guys can see, there is no user image and also the name for that current user who is online. So first we will close that, and we will create a method in which we will simply get the username, the user image and also the location. Also let me show you that right in the Firebase. So simply right in here, right in the collection of user, there we go. First, there are three kind of user that I register. Okay, so in here we will get the name and also the user image, and also we will get the location, and it's gonna get all of the name, user image, location for the different kind of user automatically. Okay, and as I told you already, for that purpose we will create a method in which we will implement the code for that. So let's go back to the Android Studio and work on that. Here we are. We will go now towards the upload job.dot, and we will go right at top above the widget build. There we go with the widget build, and right in here let's create that method. So we will say void, and I'm gonna name this as a get my data. This will be asynchronous, so in here async, call the braces, take this down, and in here we will say final. First we will create a document snapshot. So in here document snapshot, and we're gonna name this as a user doc type. Now simply right in this user doc we will assign. First let me just write that code and you guys will get the idea, and I will also explain it. So in here first we will say await, since it's asynchronous. So in here we will say Firebase Firestore, that we go to the segregation dot instance. We are making that instance just to get the data right to the collection of users. Let me show you that one more time. So in here we are creating that instance right to the collection of user. Okay, let's go back to the Android Studio, and right after we will say .doc, in which we will simply get the name, user image and the location for the current user who will be online. Okay, I hope you can get the idea. Now in here we will say Firebase auth dot instance. We are creating that instance for that current user who will be online with their specific UID. We're gonna get the user image, name and also the location for that user. So let me take this down in here. Now we will say dot get. We're going to simply now get that. Now it's a stateful widget. First let me just see. So yep, so we have to in here write set state, and we're gonna get that right inside that. It's gonna change it dynamically. And in here semicolon. Now take this down, and in here first we're gonna get the name. So in here we will say user doc as we created before, that one. Okay, as you guys can see the segregation also. Then we will say dot get. First we will get the name right in here. Okay, and now we will assign that name right to the string variable name. So it's going to be right inside that string variable. And right after also we will get the user image. So in here we will say user doc dot get, and then right in there we will say user image. And guys, the name must be same, okay, right in here and also in the Firebase, otherwise it will not work, it will not get the data. So make sure to make it in a proper manner. So in here semicolon, and now we're gonna assign that user image right to the variable string type in here. That's fine. And right at end let's also get the location. So user doc dot get, and in there we will say the location right at end semicolon. Now we will assign that location right to the string type variable location. Okay, that's fine. Now let's move further down. In here we will say init state. Right in there we will call upon the method get my data right in there. All fine as we created right in here.